Hi there, sunshine. So, um, today I wanted to share a memory with you. Um, so I'm finally out of exams, and I was kind of like thinking about last year because last year around this time I was at my lowest weight, and I was also on exams, and I remember my one of the exams I was like done, like I really couldn't do anything more. My brain was like overloaded, and I have no idea. Like now looking back, I have no idea how I managed to like even take part on my exams. I mean, I was that bad. Yeah. And sort of like a phrase comes back. This phrase of like you just have to be who you used to be. I mean, that's sort of like what the whole environment tells you. Like, you just have to be who you used to be. Just go back to that. And I don't know about you, but I felt even more lost when I thought about it. Like, I mean, it made sense. Yeah, I just have to go, like, back to that. But who was that person? I mean, it's, to me, it was just impossible to figure that out. I mean, it wasn't like, yeah, it's not like you write down who am I. It's just a continuous process. And so when people told me like you just have to go back to the person you used to be, to me it was like, okay, that's logic, but it can't be done. It's sort of like taking steps back, and that's not really what I wanted to do. That's not what anyone wants to do, actually. So I want to tell the world that no, I'm not gonna go back to the person that I used to be. It's unfair for them to ask me to be that person because that person was always changing, and so are they. And so, sort of like saying, like, yeah, you just have to go back. Go back. No, I reject that. I will not stand the fact of thought, like, yeah, I will go back to that person. I can't. And I'm really sorry if I ever disappoint someone for that. It's not my fault. I just cannot go back. I'm always changing every day, every second. I mean, we all do. And so to say sort of like go back to that static moment of what and who you used to be, it's impossible, and it's unfair for people to ask you that. But it sounds good. I mean, yeah, it's sort of like, yeah, you just have to go back. No, I refuse to go back because going back will also be sort of like a person that I am not anymore. That would only like trap me into another dark era where I was uncomfortable with myself, just trying to please everyone, to be what I had to be according to them. I now live up to the standard of, I put my own standard of who I want to be, and I am who I want to be, and that's it. And no one has to say, I mean, if they like it, they like it, and if they don't, well, they don't, and that's not my problem. Then they can change whatever they want, and like they can go further away or closer by to like get a grip on it, but I will not change for anyone but myself anymore. That was what kept me so long in an eating disorder. I mean, it was always like, my mom wants this, my friends want that, my sister wants this. Put yourself in the priority place. I mean, that's what we have to do. And it's really selfish, or might sound selfish, but it's actually not. Once you are who you want to be, and you make peace with everything about it, you can actually do stuff with other people. and for other people. But don't let yourself, like your persona, sort of like disappear because of that. That's the wrong thing, actually. And I was watching sort of like this YouTuber called Nom Vegan Nom, who kind of addressed this in a sort of more, how would I say that in a nice way? In a pretty, let's see, not so encouraging way. She was like, yeah, that person is, the person that I used to be is dead. And I don't think it's sort of like, it's dead. The thing is, like, we are never static personas. Our personality is always changing, and it can be changed by multiple things. And an eating disorder is a huge thing. So don't go back to who you used to be before your eating disorder. Accept yourself. Accept the fact that you have an eating disorder, that you had an eating disorder, and then move from there. It's by accepting yourself that you will actually like get out of it. It's hard. Yeah, of course. I mean, a lot of people have problems with like looking at themselves at the mirror. But the thing is, like, accepting yourself is the best way to change. And it kind of might sound sort of like redundant or like contrary, but it's actually not. Let's see. Once you know who you are, you can actually establish the goals that you want to achieve. But then, please, if it's sort of like image or physic related, then make it into a healthy way. And that's like really hard. And I'm still trying to make peace with that myself. So, but the thing is, like, now I accept myself and I accept how my body is changing, and I accept how I am with other people. And it's actually really comforting to see that people are okay with me by me being okay with me. It's actually when you're comfortable with yourself, you can actually be like comfortable anywhere. And it would only be like in situations where you're really not supposed to be in that you will feel uncomfortable, but then that's not your fault. We're not golden coins, and not everyone has to like us, and that's okay. But the thing is, like, you have to like yourself. You have to be who you are. There's a lot of like images or like ideas of the ideal person, but you be your ideal self, and don't try to like change yourself because someone thinks that being a certain way is better. You do what you think you can manage and be comfortable with whatever it is. I mean, every gradual change, just accept it. It's sort of part of who you are. Don't deny it. That denial will not make you a happy person. And that's why sort of like people develop eating disorders. They do not feel happy, and even when they start losing weight, they think they will feel happy, but they don't, and that's because they will never accept themselves. But if you start accepting, sort of like, okay, this is me, this is my body, and this is all I have, and don't make it like a dramatic thing. Once you realize what you have, you are like, okay, this is empowering, actually. Like, I can get from A to B, but I have to help myself. And that's the key. You have to know that the only way to be happy is by helping yourself. And by helping yourself, you have to learn who you are, what you want. So go ahead, take a piece of paper and put who you are, and accept that person, because that's the person that you are now. And that's okay. It's awesome. Now you know who you are. But don't let that piece of paper define you for the rest of your life. Know that you can make the changes you want, but you have to accept them. You have to accept every gradual change. And that might be hard, but it's the way to go. My mom, the only thing my mom ever told me that I found helpful was sort of like, take it by day, and you don't have to be perfect every day. It's okay to fall. It's okay, just as long as you know I can stand up, and yes, you can. Thinking that recovery is a thing of like a day to the morning is how I remained in denial for such a long time, and that was my stage last year during exams. I thought I was recovering because I was eating a little more, but I wasn't. And I remember like days where I felt I didn't do well. I was like, well, fuck it, I didn't do well, so why would I help myself? Now I come to think about it, and it's like, that's horrible. How, and that I did that to myself, and that's the thing. Like, I really did not accept myself, and I didn't want to be nice to myself. Yet I wanted to do all these amazing things, and that's not the way it works. I mean, if you want to accomplish great things, you have to make sure your body is in tune with it, and the only way it will be in tune with it is by nourishing it, accepting it, loving it. Every little flaw is really little and almost insignificant in comparison to all the good that you can do, only if you help yourself. So, to make this video not so much longer, holy fuck, okay, really long video, sorry, go ahead and accept yourself, love yourself. I mean, it's hard, but it's worth it. That's all you have. So, go ahead, knock yourself out, little diamond. See you next time.